Well, I can't believe this is the last home game of the season. It seems like the season went by in a blink of an eye. So, obviously, we're excited to be able to go out there and honor, the seniors in our program. Tyreek and Q have been obviously here. This is their fourth year, and they've given a lot of work. They've worked really hard over their careers. Want to be able to honor those guys the right way tomorrow night. Obviously, Bryce Moore came in as a grad transfer this year, and we want to be able to send him out the right way as well, including our 3 student managers. And can't forget about Leighton Schran. Leighton, he's meant a lot to our program during his time here, and obviously fans don't always get to see what he does on a daily basis, but getting us prepared for every single game, whether he's Kamar Baldwin one game in practice or he's Miles Powell. He's done a great job of getting our guys ready over the years, and we're really appreciative of everything he's done. Like I said, also our 3 student managers, Ryan Lutz, Paolo Friedman, and Nate Bone, have all, again, done a lot for our program and worked really, really hard. We want to send all those guys out the right way tomorrow night. We got a huge opportunity here against Butler. We've obviously played them about 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. They got a tremendous team. They're very well coached. Coach Jordan's doing a great job with his group. They're led by Kamar Baldwin, who's as good as any guard in the country. Sean McDermott is a senior who's really stepped up this year for them. He's leading them in rebounding. He's a tremendous shooter. And then you got Jordan Tucker out there on the wing who can shoot the ball as well. So we got to really defend the 3. We got to contain Kamar Baldwin as best as possible. Got to keep them off the glass. And then the obvious thing for us is we got to be able to take care of the ball. I thought against Providence, once we settled in, we were fine. But there to start the first half, that's what got us off on the wrong foot. We had 5 turnovers, it seemed like about the first 4 minutes of the game, and really didn't give ourselves much of a chance. We had to kind of, fight to get back in the game, but you got to play 40 minutes here in the Big East, and that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow, is playing 40 minutes, honoring our seniors the right way, and sending them out the right way.
In getting a chance to watch that Providence film again, was there anything that stood out from getting a look at it from a different angle?
No, not really. I thought obviously, like I said, the turnovers early killed us. Led to runouts for Providence. Providence made a couple tough ones. Give them credit. But we gave them a couple open looks too. And you can't hope that teams are going to miss. You got to make them miss. Every single jump shot has to be contested. Like I said, to give them credit, they made some tough mid-range shots and stuff that we're willing to give up kind of throughout the game. And then I thought, once we got settled in on the offensive end and started taking care of the ball, we were scoring when we got the ball up on the rim. And then late in the game, we were still scoring with them, but we couldn't get a stop when it mattered. And again, we got to be able to toughen up on that end, especially at the end of games. That's how we win games. That's our identity, and it has to be that way moving forward.
Paul Scruggs didn't go in that game because of his leg. Do you have an update on him and how he's doing right now?
Yeah, he's still day-to-day. He tweaked his didn't tweak it. He pulled his hamstring in practice. I think it was the day before, maybe Providence. So he obviously wants to play. He's a warrior. If he can go, he's going to go.
Tyreek, when he came in versus where he is now, where do you think have been the defining parts of his evolution? What has made him become what he is today?
Number one, a lot of hard work. You give Tyreek all the credit, man. He's matured a lot as a person. Just his work habits is how he lives his day-to-day life. And he's had some good coaches around him. Chris Mack was a tremendous coach. Mike Pegues and Jonas Hayes are 2 of the best post coaches in the entire country. Both those guys deserve a lot of credit. But again, Tyreek's put in the work. Matt Jennings did a great job with Tyreek's body. When I was fortunate enough to get the head job, I told Jennings the first thing I sat down with him and Tyreek said, "Hey, he needs to lose about 30 pounds immediately." And Tyreek bought into it. He was mature. He was disciplined with what he was eating, and I think that paid big dividends. So kudos to Coach Jennings and to Tyreek. But just to see the whole evolution, that's what it's all about. It's the same thing for Q. It's the same thing for Leighton. Just to see those guys grow up into men. Going to get their degrees here this spring. Again, they've obviously become better basketball players too, but more importantly, better men.
There are a lot of layers that make this game feel really big tomorrow night, Coach. How big of a game does this feel to you?
It's a huge game. I mean, it's obviously the next game too. You know, it's like, again, I focus on the things that we can control, and that's just that we take it one game at a time. Take it one game at a time, and it's all about our preparation here. Obviously, with the Butler game, we want to send our seniors out the right way. I know Centos is going to be electric tomorrow night, standing room only. I mean, it's going to be there's a lot at stake, but you know what? I want our guys to play loose. I want our guys to play with desperation as far as their effort goes. So.
There are a lot of times in a big emotional games like this, just outside of what it means for you and the Big East tournament, the NCAA tournament, but also senior night and guys that are having that emotional feeling before the game. Is there anything you can do as a coach to prepare these guys for that moment and getting them back to playing basketball after what is a very unique situation?
Yeah, I think just we've talked about it. I think you got to talk about it a lot before you go into that moment. Obviously, our guys are going to be emotional. And Xavier means a lot to those guys, but they've meant a lot to us too, right? It goes both ways, and again, you got to put all that stuff aside, and you got to be able to execute the game plan, right? And they know what the game plan is. It's crystal clear, and they got to be able to just go out there and give max effort. And if we do that, I think we'll get the result we want.
Travis, I think you told Joe it was earlier this week when you guys were sitting on 19, you're still at 19 wins, but a 20-win Big East team should be in the tournament. That's a good enough resume. Does that add pressure when you're sitting on 19, final game of the season in the Big East tournament? Do you want to just get that out of the way here tomorrow night so you don't have to worry about it as much in New York?
I mean, yeah, obvious answer is yes, right? But again, I'm not on the committee. I mean, I can't control what they think. I mean, they do what they do. We're just going to focus on the things that we can control. I want to give max effort against Butler. I want to be together for 40 minutes. Execute our game plan as best we can. If we do that, again, focus on the things that we can control, and the rest will take care of itself.
When Tyreek was up here, I told him over the last 2 months I've kind of just called him a bully. Like he's just woken up on a whole nother level these last 2 or 3 months of the season. Do you see the fire in his eyes that it is his senior year? It is the last time he's going to play at Centos. It's his last chance to make a run. He's had success here, but do you see that fire in him?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think you see it with his play, obviously, but I see it every day in practice. I mean, he's been a warrior. He's been a warrior. Like I said, he sees the light at the end of the tunnel. It's here, right? And this is his last home game in a Xavier uniform. And, you know, I know we got Byron's here, you know, again, former Xavier player. You know, it's funny, you talk to every former player that we have, and we have a lot of guys come back throughout the season to games. They would do anything to put that jersey back on. To have one more game in an arena like this and it's in front of a sold-out standing room only against Butler, man, it doesn't get much better.
How do you impress upon your seniors how much they've meant to you? I mean, you go back to when Coach Mack left, and I think Quentin liked to tell the story about going up to Greg Christopher's office and lobbying for you to be the next head coach. How do you make them realize how much what they've done here means to you?
You know, I'd say just through actions. You know, again, words don't really do much, but just through our relationship. You know, again, we're going to be tied together for the rest of their lives, like I told them, whether they like it or not. You know, at times they may not like that, right? But again, I'm always going to be there for them, regardless what's going on in life, where they're at. You know, because again, I care about those guys. I love those guys. I love them, and I want to see them do really, really, really well, and be successful, be good fathers. You know, and again, and I think those guys, each one of them, are heading down the right path, and on the right path to a lot of success in life. And like I said, man, we're very, 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 very appreciative. Again, words don't really do it justice. You know how appreciative we are of each of those young men, student managers, Leighton, Bryce, Tyreek, and Q. Thank you.